Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Andrea and I just filmed about 5 minutes and I wasn't recording, so let's try this again. Today's video is going to be my February update for my 11 oldies and 11 favorites in 2021 project that was created by Denise from Just the Makeup Hands over on Instagram, who, as always, I will have linked down below so you can go check her out. I know there are a few other people I've seen at least doing the 11 favorites on YouTube. I know Delin of Outward Processing is doing it, and I feel like I've seen a couple other people do it, but I'm not sure. If you search for 11 favorites in 2021, I'm sure you'll find the others who are doing this project as well. So last month, I said that I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep doing monthly updates or do bi-monthly updates, and I asked you guys what you wanted to see, and the overwhelming majority was monthly updates or whatever you, meaning me, feel comfortable doing. So I figure if you guys don't mind watching some updates where there's not a whole lot of progress going on, then I'll just keep filming them monthly, because I do, even though I don't have a ton of progress, I do have some progress in some things. So I think I'm going to continue on with the monthly updates for now. So with that being said, we're gonna start with my 11 oldies and then do my 11 favorites. So first I have this Deep Sea Cosmetics Cuticle Oil. You can see that mark right here is where I am. So not too much use between the January update and February, but I haven't been doing my nails a whole lot, and I don't wanna show them to you up close because they are a hot mess. But I really need to start using the cuticle oil to hydrate my nails, even on days when I decide I don't feel like or have the time for nail polish, just because they are quite dry from the acetone nail polish remover that I use. So I need to keep them moisturized, because and plus the weather has been so dry here in Michigan that my hands look terrible. So I can only imagine if my hands are that dry what my nails are like. So I need to use that. I need to make an effort to use that more in March, even on days when I'm not painting my nails. But it'll be a couple, well, probably more than a couple more months, but it'll definitely, if I keep at least using it even the 6 times a month, it'll probably be done by the end of the year. My next item is my Bath & Body Works Cherry Blossom Eau de Toilette. You can see the marks. This mark is where I'm ending up for this update. So not a ton of progress, but steady progress. So as I've said in, I think, my intro and my last update, there's no way I am finishing this entire thing this year. So I think I'm going to set myself like a soft goal of hitting this pink line right here, and then any extra use I get besides that will just be a bonus, and then I can roll this over into a project next year, or just not have it in a project but work on it next year to finish it up. And I used the perfume 8 times this past month. My next item is this DLS blush in Kitty Pink, and I did, for my powder products, I did manage to remember to take update photos last month. So hopefully, as I'm showing you what they look like now, I'll have on the screen up here or over here, wherever I have extra space, the photo of what it looked like last month. But here is the blush, and I have to, oh, there. You can see there's the tiniest speck of pan. Now it's in a weird spot, because I believe I have said this several times. This fell and broke a while ago, like before I even started this project, and I repressed it, and I just repressed it all funny. So that's why there's not pan in the middle, but it's more along the outside. But it's pan. Pan is pan, so I'm happy with it. My goal, of course, is not to just hit pan. My goal is to finish this, because this is pretty old and powdery, but I think I can do it now that I can actually see even. What you doing, buddy? I'm sure you'll hear Nathaniel throwing things. So if you hear thumps or bumps or crashes, that's what that is. But it motivates me to think that I might actually finish a blush this year, which would be nice because I finished a blush last year. What are you so happy about? I finished a blush last year. If you watched my 20 favorites in 2020 series last year, I finished one of the Tarte blushes. So I know I can do it. There's not a ton of product in here, so it's exciting for me anyway. Okay, next is my Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit in Berry Recognized. I used this 6 times. It went down 0.2 grams. There's still, I'm sure, several months of use left. I mean, it's a liquid lipstick. This thing will probably never die. I have a feeling this is going to be in until the end of the year, and then I'm going to toss it for being so old, but just going to get as much use out of it as I can. Next, and I haven't looked at my progress pics, but I feel like you'll be able to see when I throw it up on the screen, you'll be able to see the progress more. But this is my BH Cosmetics pressed powder. So I think you'll see I've expanded the pan quite a bit. It's hard to tell on camera, but the way I've been using it is I take my brush and I go all the way around. So I'm kind of wearing all of it around down evenly, but there's still several more months in this because I only use this for setting my under eyes and then like maybe around my nose and my forehead if I'm feeling extra shiny. So I don't use a lot of this powder, even though I use it every single time I do my makeup. So I used it 27 times in the past month. So then the next item is my Revolution Ultra Contour Palette, which I have. It's one palette, but I have 4 separate items in it. So the first thing is you will see I have a nice sized pan in this pink highlighter, and I used it 2 more times after my last update before I hit pan, and I decided what I'm going to do because I didn't realize I was that close to hitting pan. I'm going to try to finish this up this year. As I've said before, this pearl white shade is in my Throwback 30 project, but it's too icy for me. So whenever I use this, I always mix it with this. And I do wear this one on its own as well when I want a pinker highlight. So I think with a little more consistent use, I will definitely be able to finish this up. So it took me 2 more times to hit pan, and then I used it 11 more times after that this month. So I've used this a total of 13 times this month. So that's a lot. And then we have the bronzers. I don't know. You're not going to see too much change in this one. I've only used it once. You might see a little bit of a difference in this middle one. I've used this one 8 times, and then I've only used this one once. So I've got this bronzer in my Throwback 30 project, which I need to repress, but I've been kind of hyper focusing on this one because it's so close to being done. And then once this one is done, I will be able to, I think, work on these 2 a little bit more regularly. But yeah, I'm happy with the progress I'm making. I really want to get this palette out of my life. I've had it for such a long time, and slowly but surely I'm chipping away at it. Next is my Revolution Cream Shadow in the shade Rebound. I've only used this 1 time. I have expanded the pan a little bit because I do use this with a brush, but not much of a difference. I'm going to have to step up the usage if I want to get it done, but I think I can get it done this year. I have to be more consistent. That is my major problem, is consistency. So, and then my very last item in the oldies is my Revlon HD Gladiolus lipstick. I have used this 8 times in the past month, and I I think it's the way that it's wearing down, because even though I'm trying to, I don't know, you can see it, like it's still slanted. I'm trying to wear down the tip, but it's just not working that well. So I couldn't even make a new mark on my notebook for that lipstick. So I'm plugging away. I wore it 8 times in the past month, but it just doesn't want to move. So those were my oldies, and now we're gonna go into my favorites. First up, we have my Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, and the shade I'm working on for this project is Luscious. I've used it 3 times in the past month, including today. It's what I've got on like my inner half of my lid. I don't really know that you're gonna see much progress in it, but I, again, need to step it up a little bit more if I just want to hit pan in it, which that's my only goal with this, is to hit pan. It's kind of hard to tell because when I do put it on, I don't focus my brush, like I don't go right in the middle. I try to like pick up product throughout the whole pan. So maybe I need to not do that so that I can have a little bit more visible progress, but we'll see how it goes. I still do really enjoy that shade. I love it. Okay, my next item is my Colourpop Mistress of All Evil lipstick. Wait, no, duh. My next item is my Colourpop Mistress of All Evil highlighter. Again, I don't know. I mean, it's definitely looking used. It's just because it's a cream highlighter, and again, I believe I mentioned it, but the way I'll show you how I get the product. I start in the outside, go around the outside, and then like swirl it into the middle. So I don't I go again throughout the whole product. I'm not just focusing and just a swatch just because why not? I'm also, wait, no, I'm not wearing this today. Never mind. But yeah, it's beautiful. I still love it. I've worn it 6 times, which I feel like I wore it a lot more than that, but I'm very, very particular about making sure that I tick off my uses for all of my various items, because I have so many things that I'm panning right now that I'm sure that's correct. It's just, I feel like I'm always wanting to reach for this one, and I have to tell myself like, no, I have other highlighters and other projects that I need to reach for. I can't use this one every day, but I really wish I could use this one every day because I really do love it. Okay, my next item is also from the Disney and Colourpop Villains collection. It's the Maleficent Lipstick, and I have been working I haven't been working hard on it but I have been being a little bit more diligent about using it. So I've used it 6 times, and actually what I've been doing is when I wear my Wet n Wild Berry Recognize, because this is a liquid lipstick, and I don't think it's the age or anything, I think it's just the formula, because I remember it being like this, you know, way back when I got it. This is like insanely drying, like way more drying than a lot of other liquid lipsticks I have. So whenever I use this, I put this on top of it because they're very similar colors, and this just makes my lips feel less dry. So now I have my handy dandy little chart, and you can see I was able to make a little bit of progress on that. So I think if I'm able to make that much progress for the rest of the year, I should be able to finish it up. You're probably not going to be able to see, but I did finally like reach the lettering on the bullet. Oh, guys, do you see? I don't know. And I have like half of the S on Villains worn away. So I think maybe I'll make a goal for next month that I want the S in the word Villains that's imprinted on the lipstick to be gone. I think I can do it, especially given how much I've used it this past month, which even though 6 doesn't seem like a lot, again, I'm working on a lot of different items and different lip products, so I think 6 uses is pretty good. Next is my Juvia's Place Saharan, I don't know why I tried to do it that way. Next is my Juvia's Place Saharan Blush Volume 2, and I'm working on the shade Tau. I did use this 7 times, but it's an extremely pigmented blush. I mean, I'll have the comparison picture, but it doesn't, except for maybe like a couple more brush marks, maybe, it doesn't really look that different. So I obviously have not hit pan on anything in here, so I don't really know how deep these are. And it doesn't say anywhere on the packaging, it was probably on the box, but it doesn't say anywhere on the actual palette like what amount of product is in each pan. So I'm really not sure, but I'm probably gonna have to use it a whole heck of a lot more than 7 times a month if I want to hit pan in it, because you really don't need much for this. Next, I have my 2 Bath & Body Works Cotton Blossom Shower Gels. I have 2 of these, and since it is like my favorite scent and Bath & Body Works isn't cruelty free, so I want to work my Bath & Body Works shower gels out of my collection, I decided to put both of them in, but they're counting as one item. I marked it, but I also brought the other one down just so you can see like where it actually starts. It's so hard with the shower gels to actually see, but you could, the full one is, I mean, it's all the way up here. This one I've marked it down here, and I've only used it 3 times. I probably overdo it with my shower gel, but I like a ton of lather, so this is going to take a couple months, but I'm almost done with a different, I have like 2 uses left of my cucumber melon one that is not on a project, I'm just trying to use it. And then once that's done, this will be the only shower gel I have in my shower, so hopefully I will go through it a little bit faster, but it smells like clean laundry and I love it. Next, I have my Ulta Beauty Gel Eyeliner in Blackout, and this one surprisingly has a lot of progress for a black liner. Let me show you. I've used it 20 times, and this is how much I've gone through in the month. Now I only use this for tight lining my upper waterline. I don't particularly care for pencils to do actual eyeliner anymore. They're not precise enough for me, or for what I like anyway. But this is really creamy, but the fact that I use it for my waterline, I want to make sure that it's sharp enough so that I'm not going to be like accidentally stabbing myself with the wooden part of the pencil or anything. So I thought it was going to take me a lot longer, but I'm probably, if I keep using it the way I'm using it, I mean, maybe by July-ish, maybe even before then, this will be done. So I'm happy with that. I mean, this is one of the better black eyeliners that I've tried. I'm currently using it with that mini Tarte Sex Kitten, because that one, like, it's not good. It's just not good. And it's not very black. It, like, you put it on and then it looks like you have some light gray in your waterline, but there's so little left, and I don't like throwing things away if I can help it. So I'm trying to force myself to use it, but then I go over the top of it with this, and then it actually looks like I did something in my waterline. So that's how I'm using it. And then obviously some days I don't tightline with black, some days I do brown instead, so I obviously don't use this on the days when I tightline with brown, but for the most part I just do black. So that is making decent progress. Next, I have my NYX High Glass Finishing Powder, which I've used 24 times. It's hard to tell because this does have like kind of a geometric pattern on it. It definitely, compared to the beginning of the project when it was brand new, it looks used. But I think you can see, like, right there, right in the middle, I'm starting to get a dip. So I don't know I don't use a ton of this either. I usually just use it to buff out my blush and bronzer together, or if I've like overdone it a little bit, it tones it down. So I don't use a ton of this every time that I use it. So I don't know if I'll have pan next month, but if not next month, then for my, because I'm doing these, this, even though this video is going up in March, this is my February update. So it won't be up. So even if I don't have pan in this for my April update, which is technically my March update, I will have pan in my May update, which will be my April update. I hope that makes sense, like, because this is March, beginning of March, but this is like all my progress through February pretty much. Like, you know what I'm talking about. You're all smart people. You can figure it out. So basically what I'm trying to say is maybe not next month, maybe in 2 months I'll have pan in this. Yeah, I don't know why that took me, I don't know why that was so hard for me to explain, but and then my first empty for this, well, this, I say this project as if they're one project. They're really two separate projects that I'm just putting together. My first empty is my Tree Hut Lemon Blueberry Tart Shea Sugar Scrub. I have such a hard time saying that. I used this, wait. I used this twice last month before it was empty. I used it a total of 9 times in this project, and I didn't use it a ton before that. So these don't really, like, depending on how much you use, they don't really last long. What I didn't pay attention. I didn't realize, like, I don't know if you can, let's see. I don't know if you can see how high that is like humped up in the middle there. So it looks like there should be way more product, but then you've got this big old air bubble right in the middle for some reason. I don't know. That's kind of annoying. Like, I'm not super happy about that, because it makes you think you're getting a lot more products than you really are, but it smells so good. I'm gonna have to, I have to work through all my other sugar scrubs before I repurchase this, and it still smells, oh my god, it smells so good. But yeah, this is done. So I'm excited. So one empty in the project so far, but we're making some good progress with other things. Okay, 3 items left. So the next is my Macadamia Professional Nourishing Repair Mask. I hadn't opened this as of last update, and have since finished the one that I was working on in my shower and opened this one, and I've used it twice. So you can, it almost looks brand new because I've only used it twice, and it kind of settles back down into itself. But yeah, I love it. There's not really much more to say about it. It's really good, and it's going to last a long time because I only use it like once a week. Next is my Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, cucumber, and green tea. I've used this 9 times, and look at how much progress I made with only 9 uses, because I just like to overdo it with my sprays. I don't know. I was bouncing back and forth between this and then my Urban Decay All-Nighter, which is in my #That'sExpensive project. But because I'm doing my low buy this year and I have a budget, I'm going to be out of my Andalou Naturals Vitamin C toner very, very soon. And I am like, I'm kind of like trying to hoard my budget money so that I can buy things that I want and not things that I need. So, I mean, I can use this as a toner. So once that is done, I'm going to use this as my toner. And so the progress will be much faster after that as well, but it will also delay me like having to buy a replacement for that Andalou Naturals one for like at least another couple months, because this, totally a tangent, totally an aside. I'll probably talk about it a little more in my empties and budget update video, but I really want, I mean, it hasn't even been fully revealed yet, and I don't even know when it's actually coming out, but I really want the Sydney Grace and Temptalia collab. Like, I want all 3 palettes, and I'm gonna need to make sure I have room in my budget for that. So that means being as stingy as possible with my budget money. Okay, and then my last one, which again, I'm not gonna open for you because it will go everywhere, but my Ulta Beauty Baked Bronzer. I used this 6 times and the weight went down 0.12 grams. I mean, I do have the progress picture from last month, and I'll do the progress picture from last month, and then I'll actually put up the progress picture from this month too, just because, like I said, I can't open this up because I can't hold it up like this. But I mean, it went down 0.12 grams, so I don't think that's too bad for only using it 6 times. But that was my update. I was debating, once I finished the Tree Hut Lemon Blueberry Tart Scrub, I was debating like rolling it in, but then I'm like, you've got so many projects going on right now. Why are you trying to make this more difficult than it needs to be? This isn't technically a rolling project. I mean, if you want to make it a rolling project, I don't think anybody would have a problem with that. But I'm like, I have too many things going on. I'm going to be doing 50 Shades of Purple project pan with the Fantastic Ladies starting next month. And I'm just like, why would I just, no rolling for this project. Once it's done, it's done. So I have 1 empty, so that means now I only have 21 items to update you guys on for next month. And I'm hoping, let's see, I don't know that I'm going to have any more empties for next month, but I think I will have some more progress. Maybe a couple of pans, more pans to show you. We'll see. But I don't know how to end this video. I feel like I haven't filmed in forever. So that was my whole update. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're staying safe and sane and healthy, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.